taking off and you hear that click, 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 click noise, or a squeak, 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 it matches the hole that I drilled. I'll go in there and So don't go anywhere. Hang in there with me, YouTube.
Start at the top of the weld, circle to the back. And we're staying at the...
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. And I am Tracy Banter. If you're new to the channel, here I show how to do some welding, some tips to help people get started in what I'm doing here, just building things. I am a retired pipe fitter, steam fitter, welder, also in the pipeline, distribution pipeline trades. So, catching up to everything from what has been going on here. This is April, the last day of April 2024, and the grass out here, you can see it's growing fast. As everyone knows, I do a little bit of baling hay. It's quite a bit, really, for a single person to be doing. Sometimes I still need help, but last week I took off and went and got this thing, and I need it for the shelter to do some things where the equipment is on the bandsaw. I can use it for other things as well. I went down to Greensburg, Indiana to pick it up. This unit here was chopped, the ends of it was chopped off, and they were going to do other things with the other ends of it. But while I was driving down there and back, I noticed that Stewart Seed Company was doing some planting. And years ago, when I did some tractor pulling with Hooiser State Tractor Pullers Association, that was our sponsor. And it was cool to see them in the fields down there. Now we've been getting some more rain for the last couple of weeks, or last week, and things had to slow down. I'm going to have to get my fertilizing done, but the ground's got to dry out. And we've got a problem every year. We never had it back in the 80s that I can ever remember. We've got weevil in the alfalfa. So it has to be treated as well. And it has to be done like a few weeks before baling. And that way the residual can dissipate from rain and things like that after that treatment is done to eliminate the weevil. But I'm going to get back at it, working on things with the new hay barn, and there were some things that needed to be repaired to accomplish doing that, and I got to get back to work at it, and I'll show you what I'm doing. After I drilled all four corners, all these plates are not perfect. If they were perfect, I would have cut them on a plasma table. They're off a little bit here and there, but as long as the four corners are close, I use a little dowel pin, center punch, hole finder. It matches the hole that I drilled. I'll go in there and I'll hit each one of them. I'm going to use this as my pilot, and I'll mark it top or something, and I'll keep each one of them marked, and that way I know they'll match the pilot. This is the bottom plates for the columns I'm going to weld onto there. I just want to share with everyone real quick. I've had this drill press probably since 1995. I got it in Vallejo, California, when I lived in California. And it's been a great drill press. I think I've overhauled 2 or 3 motors with it. It's the way you set it up. But as the years have went by, this adjustment right here, it's right there. Up in there, there's a bolt that holds that, and then you pull this to tighten up the pulley. Well, the threads had stripped out on this right here. And I want to show you what I did to help it out, and it's done a great job. So as I got to measuring the hole, it's metric, right? I don't have any metric bolts in here. Everything's American standard. So I needed to drill out those threads, and I want to match a 3/8 Healy coil. So I got a 20, yeah. So I got a 25/64 drill bit. Do everything in fractions, and there's a Goodson's sign I always like to use. And today we've got the internet. Boy, things are a little bit easier that way. But anyways, drill that hole out, get rid of all them threads. Yeah. Then you take the tap for the Healy coil. It's bigger than the 3/8. Tap that hole out because it's a 25/64 hole. It's a little bit bigger than 3/8. So this will tap it out for the Healy coil. And then you'll see me here in a little bit. Put that Healy coil on this tool. Put some green, well, of course, clean out that threaded area with some brake cleaner or some cleaner. And dry it out. And then put some green thread locker on this. And then start screwing it in. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Okay, what this does, this is the tool, and it goes all the way in there and grabs that bottom bent piece there, and it helps, helps get it started. And it's going. Okay, I'm flush. I'm happy with that, I think. I can always re-add it back in there if I want to go more. I think I'll go a little bit deeper, not much. So that last coil there is behind. There, that's good. Now I'll get a pair of tweezers in there and I'll break that off so that bolt can go all the way through now. But it is super strong now. All right, let's set the motor up. Those are in. After that's all done, then of course, still the same way, the tensioner, you pull on that, put the belt back on it, and then put a 3/8 bolt in there, and then it hooks onto that shoulder. It goes back and forth for the belt tensioner on that motor, electric motor. But I'll show you doing some drilling with it. It's got a 3/8 bit in it. I put the pilot bit in at first. I think it was like 1/4 inch. Man, does it work good. I was getting ready to spend $1,000 on another drill press, but that little trick right there helped save me $1,000, and it's still working hard at it today. These are not cheap anymore. I think I bought this on sale in Vallejo for probably $300 back in the day. It might have been a little bit less than that, but They're pretty expensive now. It's been a good drill press. Right now I'm getting ready to drill the 3/4 inch hole. These 4 holes are going to hold the 3/4 inch stud. The studs are going to bolt to the column, but this plate right now is for the anchor post. And before I started drilling this 3/4 inch hole, I used a 1/4 inch pilot. You ever have a time when taking off and you hear that click, 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 click noise, or a squeak, squeak, squeak? Well, a lot of it's because if you can see the movement in that thing, the little needle bearings in there are gone. So it's been a couple of years, and I probably put way over 50,000 miles on it in those couple of years. So nice thing about having this table set up like this, luckily I'm home. I could have been on the road somewhere. And had to do this, but it works out really good. You can see that there's movement in both right there. Not so much movement on this end, but right here there is. It's a weak spot, or it just happened. So the reason I'm hitting this down a little bit is to get this snap ring. A little bit of pressure there because I hit it one way, and yep, there it went. Hit it this way, and I'll replace them with brand new ones. They're pretty rusted. Up here in Indiana, it gets pretty salty on the roads, and I've greased it. You can see there's grease there. Before I took off to pick up that storage container, I wanted to replace these U-joints. I didn't want it happening to me on the road, dropping the drive shaft. Finally got it apart. I don't know if you can see them in there or not, but they're chewed up. This one, they're totally gone. And it was grinding on there. Needed it badly. Need a new one. Gonna get it. Moog. Put some Moogs in there. Now these have a Zerk on them that are on the cap, on the end of the cap. So there's the hole. Put the Zerk in there. It's a little bitty flat one, and you got to have a special applicator to grease it. I want to go and get some rags and clean the grease out of this a little bit. This won't be as hard to mess with. I'll clean that up and then put some little bit of grease on it, and it'll slip right back down in there. Done deal. I gotta remember to come back and tack weld that weight back on there.